I don't belong here. I have no idea what I'm doing. I want to speak with my intern coordinator about my future, but I don't know where to start. Do these thoughts sound familiar? My name is Wint. I'm the press secretary and digital director for Representative Lauren Underwood, and I'm here to speak today about how you can overcome these thoughts by advocating for yourself. I got my start in Congress, just like all of you, as an intern. I still remember my very first day walking over to the Dirksen building from the Union Station metro stop, and I remember that I was so nervous. Like hands sweating, heart pounding, mind racing, nervous. I had convinced myself that I would make some type of mistake and somehow, in some way, cause the total collapse of our democracy as we know it. Now, knowing what I know now, I understand that I was simply scared of jeopardizing an amazing opportunity that I had earned. Many of you are only a few weeks or just days into your internships, and so these feelings of fear and uncertainty may sound all too familiar. And as you just heard, I know exactly what you're going through. While these feelings are valid, it's important to not give them any oxygen. It's time to focus on why you're here in Congress, what you hope to achieve, and what you need to do to be successful. It's time to advocate for yourself. Advocating for yourself is an important element of succeeding here on the Hill as both an intern and as a staffer. Now, this isn't necessarily covered in your office's onboarding packet because it's a muscle that needs to be developed and exercised. But what does it actually mean to advocate for yourself? Looking back at my nearly 4 years on the Hill, I did this by communicating with my intern coordinator about what I hoped to learn from them and how this internship fit into my career goals, proactively getting coffee with staffers and interns to grow my network, and asking for more work from staffers, especially those who worked in roles that I aspired to. Intern coordinators don't always have the time or energy to tell you that you should be doing these things, so let me be the one to say that I highly encourage you to assert yourself and lean into your work in this way. I know this can feel daunting, especially for those of you who might question whether you deserve to be here. Let's break that down. There certainly have been times when I myself have felt imposter syndrome here on the Hill. It can be easy to think to yourself, who am I to be assertive and speak up? These doubts can be a real barrier to advocating for yourself. They dig into your consciousness and convince you that you're not good enough to be here, that you don't come from the right background, that you didn't go to the right schools, or that you don't have the political connections needed to do well here. But here's the thing, and if you forget everything I say as soon as I walk off the stage, I'd like you to remember this one thing. You belong here. You belong here. You were hired for a reason. Don't discount your innate passion, skills, and life experiences that have gotten you to where you are today. And if it makes you feel any better, know that many of the people in this room have been going through similar experiences. So reach out to the interns in your office and those who you meet at events like this one. Swap advice, bond over the fact that you both have gotten hopelessly lost in Rayburn, and doing this will help you forge a community here. As you start to think about how you can implement the lessons you've learned here today at Internapalooza, I have a few action items that you can take with you. If you haven't already done so, I encourage you to schedule a one-on-one with your intern coordinator to talk about how this opportunity will get you to where you want to be. And if you don't know what your future looks like, that's okay. Maybe this internship is about figuring out what you like and don't like. Number 2, get coffee with everyone in your office. It's not weird, I promise. In fact, it's probably expected. So come to those meetings prepared and be ready to take notes. Lastly, and once you feel more comfortable in your office and your work is exceeding expectations, speak with the staffers who you've connected with and see if you can sit in on meetings with them or take notes for them. Find ways to be helpful and valuable. I want to rewind to my first day as an intern and how I was scared to make a mistake. Guess what? I did make mistakes. I didn't always know how to do everything that I was asked to do, and that's okay. It's okay to not always know how to do your job. You're not expected to know everything, especially as an intern, so don't be afraid or ashamed to speak up to your intern coordinator, because believe it or not, that is part of advocating for yourself. For those of you here today who have ever felt imposter syndrome, uncertainty, or fear that you don't belong here, I hope I've given you the reassurance you deserve, the advice you need when the doubt creeps in, to succeed here in Congress and beyond. Because you belong here. Thank you.
Yeah.